27 Feb. 65. My dearest Suzie, I received your letter tonight and was glad to hear from you. I'm glad you told me about Johnny and that car. I was so mad I couldn't talk. You were darn right I don't want Jim to have it, as long as our names are on the contracts. No, I haven't heard from any of them. They probably would be afraid to tell me. I know that if Jim ever gets that thing out of state, I'll be stuck with it. I wrote Johnny a real nasty letter tonight. I told him that if he couldn't pay for it and couldn't get my name off the contracts, he could bring it over and pack it by the trailer, and that would be one more brother I wouldn't ever have to worry about helping again. If he gets my name off the contracts, then let them do as they please. We certainly don't need another car. I don't care what shape it's in. Enough on that. I just hope he gets my letter before Jim leaves. Well, I just went over and got paid. I have to ask a favor of you. I know that I promised to send you my check this month, but I need it. I am well aware that you need it too. Would you use whatever bonds you need this month, and I will send you my check next month? Also, next month, your bonds will double. I figure that I got a $40 pay raise, so I went and had them double our bond. But this month, two things hurt me. We had a promotion party which cost each of us $40. Then, since we spent the last 3 weeks on post, we played poker a lot. I wound up losing $50. I hate to have to tell you that because I know you could use that money, but it happened and there is no sense in lying about it. So go ahead and use whatever bonds you need to get by this month, and I guarantee you I will send you my check next month. I hope this doesn't upset you or put you in a bind this month. I'm glad to hear that you are all doing well, and I hope that you all stay well for the next 7 months at least. I feel sorry for you having to put up with sick kids by yourself. Things are still pretty quiet in our area. We have a little trouble now and then. This morning, for instance, I had to go into a village and evacuate some women and kids and old people that were injured by a VC mortar attack. There was a little boy in one of the groups about Brian's size. He had his left arm about blown off. That brought tears to my eyes. But the sight that will be hard to forget was an old man, about 80, who was hit in both legs. There were no ambulances left for us when we brought him in, so he had to walk about half a block, and he had no shoes at all. And the only person around to help him was a very young girl. She was supporting him the best that she could, but it was a pathetic sight. We couldn't help him because we had to take off right away for another load. Well, I guess I have rambled long enough. In fact, I've got to quit and go to bed. We have a troop lift at 5 o'clock in the morning. I love you all very much. Kiss the boys for me. All my love. Bill. 6 months and 26 days. Poppy's admission that he lost money in poker and had to contribute to promotion party offers an intimate look at the financial and social dynamics of military life. In an environment where stress levels run high and downtime is limited, poker was more than just a game. It was a way for soldiers to unwind, bond, and maintain a sense of normalcy. But for Bill, this loss stings, especially because he knows Suzie and the boys could use that money. The promotion party also highlights an expectation within the ranks. When someone was promoted, it was tradition for fellow officers to chip in and celebrate. While it may seem like an unnecessary expense, these social events reinforce loyalty and morale among soldiers. Bill doesn't complain about it, but he acknowledges that it contributed to his financial strain. His frustration isn't just about the money, it's about feeling like he let his family down. This moment underscores the constant balancing act between duty, personal sacrifice, and the financial realities of war. The heart of this letter, however, is Bill's description of rescuing civilians wounded in a Viet Cong mortar attack. The image of a small boy, about the same size as his own son, with his arm nearly blown off, is a devastating moment. It's clear this hit Bill on a personal level. He sees his own child in this suffering boy, making the war feel even more immediate and personal. The fact that this experience brought tears to his eyes speaks to the emotional weight of what he had witnessed. Perhaps even more haunting is the old man, hit in both legs, forced to walk barefoot with the help of a young girl because no ambulances were available. The sheer desperation of the situation, coupled with Bill's inability to stop and help, highlights the brutal efficiency of war. There simply wasn't time or resources to provide aid beyond getting people out of danger. Bill's sense of duty meant he had to prioritize getting back in the air for the next group of evacuees, even as he carried the weight of what he'd just seen. These stories reflect a broader tragedy of war, not just for the soldiers fighting it, but for the innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. Bill is not just a soldier in these moments. He is witness to immense human suffering, forced to move forward even when he wants to stop and help. The photo I chose for today was taken by Popi from his helicopter. It depicts a group of ARVN soldiers evacuating people towards the helicopter over a hill. The soldiers are carrying someone in a makeshift stretcher. I'm Alex Lowy, and I hope you have enjoyed listening to this episode of Dearest Suzie and receiving messages from the past that my Popi wrote exactly 60 years ago. I sincerely appreciate your time and interest. Please consider following the podcast on your preferred platform, and if you're enjoying it, I kindly ask that you take the time to rate the show and leave a review. Also, please follow the project on YouTube, X, and Instagram. All likes, comments, shares, and reviews will help grow the reach of this story. The links for these things should be in the description of this episode. Please feel free to email me at dearestsuziepodcast@gmail.com if you have anything you'd like to say. I'd love to chat or to hear about your stories as well. Thank you for listening, and God bless.